Hey everyone, welcome to Azure Media. My name is Kevin and I'm going to be your host. This is the second episode of the series in which I'll be recreating landing pages of big famous brands. We are going to feature the H&M's landing page, and as you can see on the screen, this is how the end result is going to be. Before we move on, make sure to comment, like, subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Let's get started. Enjoy! The website of H&M are created by professionals and are developed by using premium software. We are only going to use the free software of Elementor to recreate the landing page. Alright guys, so let's get started. To add a new page, we are going to call this for H&M because we're going to recreate the website of H&M. Let's give it full width, disable the margins, go to header, disable top bar, and let's disable the page title as well. Let's now go and publish this and edit with Elementor. So we're going to add the navigation menu for our website, which are going to contain 6 different columns, whereas the 2 corner sections are going to contain customer service and more. So let's drag a text editor. I know that they use the Open Sans font and 13 pixels for the font size, and the weight are 600. Let's give it customer service, and the color that they use for their font are 222. We have the first one. Let's copy and paste. Let's give this a little bit margin inwards. Yes, looks good. Alright, so I have already gone ahead and downloaded all the pictures from the H&M website. I can quickly show you how to do it. There's a plugin on Google Chrome called Image Downloader, and you can just install this, go to any website, and you just click on the plugin and it will display you all the pictures there's on a website. So as you can see, here are the pictures. All the others have not yet loaded, but they will eventually load. So yeah, go ahead and download all the pictures from the website. So let's move on. So next up is the free icons on the menu. In order to create the icons, we have to add a icon list and insert an icon for them. Let's remove those two and add the user icon. Let's give that a user, sign in, and the icon, let's give it the size of 25 pixels. The fonts also 30 pixels, and the font family are Open Sans. The weight are also 600, and let's give the text color 222. The same we are going to give to the background color for the icon also. And what we can do now is just copy the icons and paste in the other places, and let's make this one the favorites. So let's give it a heart, name it favorites. Let's give the new icon this one instead. The last one is shopping bag. Let's give it a shopping bag. Nice. And the thing we need to do now is to make all these columns to a same percentage width. Maybe not this one, but the favorites one we need to make to a 10%, and this also the sign in. Nice. Now we can add the H&M logo in the middle of the section. Let's give it the image of the logo, and for style the max width are going to be 9, or let's give it 15 instead. 17. Nice. And we also have to add a little bit of top margin like this. Nice, let's update. And before we move on, there's something important I need to mention, is that the H&M landing page does not have a white background as ours. So we have to go back to the landing page, use our Chrome extension to check which background color the website has. So I'll go ahead and copy the color to my clipboard. I'll go back to my website, preview the changes, go into the theme customization and change the general color, the general background color, as you can see here. So now I've changed it, published. Let's go back to our page and reload our page. Alright, so next up is the next section with 6 different menu options. I'll go add a new section, give it the weight of 650. Let's add another text, remove the margin that we recently added, and I'll go ahead and type in all the menu items. Alright, so I went ahead and just typed in all the menu items, and we must give it the font weight of 600. So just copy and paste the styling to each of them. Oh, my fault. You can just go here and get this styling. Now we can paste. Nice, seems good. For the next section, we are going to create a 3-column section with 3% margin, and in each column we're going to put a text, and the text are going to say free delivery for members. Delivery for members. And the font family are going to be Open Sans as well. The font weight are going to be 500, and we're going to copy this one for the next 2. Right, align it in the center. Let's just align this to the left. Right, so for the middle, members get to pay later. Just copy it and paste it in. In order to get this kind of padding that Klarna is underneath, we have to give this text editor a 10% padding to the left, maybe more. No, 15 to the left and 15 to the right. And align it to the left, as you can see. Now Klarna is down under. So let's get the next one, next day delivery. Nice. So for the next section we have the woman. So let's just add another section. Give it the background color of the woman. Center it. No repeat, and make it cover. So let's give this section a minimum weight of 550. Alright, so we're going to add an intersection. Between the intersection we need a heading, which are going to say cotton shirt dress. With a font size of 11, a font weight of 400, Open Sans as family, and the weight, the color white. Let's give the font size 13 and weight 500 instead. Right, so let's add a text editor. This is going to be 24.99 pounds. I'll just write dollars so it's easier. Let's give it the color white, the font size of 16, Open Sans, the font weight of 800, no, let's give 20, and remove a little bit of top margin. Nice, and let's align it in the center as well. Align this in the center. And now we are going to need another intersection as well, but only one column. Let's remove this one, and let's give this a little bit of top margin. Let's give it 5. We need a spacer between these two. Let's give it a spacer something like this. No, 150. And we also need a spacer on top as well. 150. Here we're going to need a heading. Let's give it this heading, align it in the center, give the color white, font size of 30, weight of 700, the Open Sans font family, and everyday utility. It's going to say everyday utility. Down under we are going to need a text editor. Oh, my fault. Text editor, which are going to say minimalist workwear with elevated details. Let's give this a font size of 16, font weight of 600, remove a little bit of top margin. Nice. Now we're going to need a button. Let's give it a button, center it. Let's give it, add the text, shop now. Give it the text color of black, the background color of white, and border radius of 0. Let's add a hover effect as well and give it the background color of a little bit of grayish. So as you can see, whenever I hover, the white colors becomes a little bit of gray. Hi everybody. Before we move on, I just want to thank all of you for watching this video, and if you enjoy it, remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more videos to come. It would mean the world to me if you just leave a comment, like, and subscribe. Also remember to comment down below which website you want me to create next time, and I'll make sure to give it a try. So let's continue. So now we can just copy this section, or we can duplicate it, give it a 3% top margin, add the next picture to it, which is the kitchen picture. Now we're going to need this text here to the left side, and we're going to center it. We're going to add a little bit of left margin as well. Let's give it 15. Give this one 15 also. Nice. This one is going to say glass teapot, 1999. Nice. And in this section, the text are going to be before the title. So here it's going to say looking through with letter spacing around 2.2, and let's remove the top margin. For title, we're going to add a little bit of, or we're going to remove a little bit of top margin as well, and we're going to write behind every window is a story, and the buttons are still the same. So let's just duplicate this one and add the third picture, which are this woman over here. In this section, we're not going to need this middle section. We are just going to remove it. and we're going to bring the bottom section to the middle, like this. Since we are removing the middle section, we have to give the spacer a little bit more spacing. 175 sounds good. So let's align all this a little bit to the left, to the left. So give it a right margin of 25. The same with the title, 25. Also the bottom, 25. So the text is going to say magazine with a little bit of letter spacing, which is 2.2. The title are going to say be true to your jeans, and the shop now bottom are going to be still the same. And let's add a new section with 3 columns. Give the section a little bit of top margin, 3%, and we'll go ahead and add the background image for this one, which is the camera. Let's set it to center, no repeat. The size has to be containable, and let's go ahead and add a text editor to it. This text is going to say make your in-store shopping easier. Let's align it in the center, give it the color of 222, the font size of 14 pixels, weight of 600, no, let's give 500, and open sans. Now we have to get 600. It looks good. Now we have to also give it a little bit of top padding, around 20%, so it makes the picture go a little bit bigger, and the more of items we put into this column over here, the bigger the picture are going to be. So let's give it another text editor. Let's just copy the styling from this one and paste the style, remove the padding, and remove some top margin as well. In this text editor, it's going to say try in store mode with a font size of 20 and weight of 700 and a letter spacing of 1.7. And what I forgot to mention here is that we need to add some padding to the text over here so it looks more compact. Let's add 10% of padding over here. Nice. And for the next one, we also need a text editor under the title. Nice. And the text are going to be this text. Align it in the center, give it the color of 222, font size of 13 pixels, the weight of 400, and add a little bit of left padding and also right padding. Remove a little bit of top margin as well. Now we're going to add a button, so we can just copy this button over here and paste it. So what's important now is that we remove the margin to the right, and we also need to add a solid border with the color white and one with the color black, sorry. And let's give this button 33% of button padding, which will make the picture a lot bigger because there's more things inside, right? So I'll go ahead and just copy all these sections, and I'll go ahead fast and just put in the necessary text. Alright, so see you in some seconds. Alright, so now that I have finished writing all the text down, we can move on to the next section, which are going to be this section over here. So we'll just start off by creating another section with 3 columns. Give this section 3% of margin. Give it the full stretch. And also we need the color of this other section. I'll go ahead and just get the color. Let's paste in the color over here. And let's go ahead and give this column a little bit of top padding. Let's give it like 10%. No, let's give it 5%. And before we can do anything, we have to remove these 2 columns over here because there's going to be a text inside, so we'll need to add an intersection. Remove this 1 column and add another intersection. For the first intersection, we're going to add a text editor with the same font type of this one, so we can just copy and paste the styling, and of course remove the top paddings, also the right and left paddings. Let's read H&M magazine, give it the underline. Nice. Now we can go ahead and create another column over here. Let's give it a picture. Center it, no repeat, and set it to cover. For the picture to show, we have to add put some elements into the column. So let's go ahead and put a spacer, give it 220. Now it looks good. We can just go ahead and copy. However, if you just copy straight away, you can see that columns does not have padding between them, so they're just connected like this. In order to remove this connection, we can just add 2% of margin to the columns like this, and this one also, and we can just go ahead and copy this last one. Alright, I'm sure it's 2 pixels here. Alright, so let's go ahead and add the correct pictures. Here are the women's. The last one is the girl. Alright, so we have the 3 pictures in the right section. We can just go ahead and duplicate this section over here and remove a little bit of margin, top margin from the new section, and make it so it can connect to each other like this. Yeah, it looks good. So for our next section, we are going to remove the pictures because we are going to add color, a white color. Let's give the spacer 10 pixels. And we also need a text. Let's copy our text and paste it in. Let's write inside H&M. Let's give it the font weight of 400. We'll need another text here as well. Let's copy this, paste it in, and we need to remove the padding as well. And this is the text we need to copy. Let's remove a little bit of top margin. Looks good. And we'll need another text down at the bottom as well. Let's just copy this text and paste it in. Read the story, and we have to remove the transformation to default, and the weight are going to be 700. The font size is going to be 12. It looks nice now. So now we can go ahead and just copy this column and paste it in. So I'll go ahead and finish all the text off. Alright, I've gone and done all the text. However, we still need some finishing up, so let's go ahead and remove a little bit more top margin, like 12, and let's add 10% of left and right padding to every single of the text section. Let's go ahead and copy and paste the styling. Right, so I think we'll need 15 padding both to the left and to the right. So go ahead and do it again. Copy and paste the style, copy and paste the style. Alright, so I think that we are going to need 10% of padding both to the left and to the right. So just go ahead and copy and paste the same styling and paste the same styling. Now it looks much better. Let's go and update it. So for our next section, we are just going to add the same margin, free margin, and let's give this one a stretch. And as you can see on the H&M website, the footer are a gray color, so I'll go ahead and get the color. Let's change it to the same background color as the H&M website. And here we're going to need 4 different columns. And let's get the text over here. Let's remove the margin and also remove the padding as well. Align the text to the left, and this is going to say shop. We are going to need 5 more text elements. All those are going to be transform default with a font size of 13, the same as the shop one. Right. So remember to add a little bit of padding to the section as well. Let's say 6% of padding, and remove the margin from the footer elements as well. Remove 15% of margin. So go ahead and duplicate this one. Duplicate. And let's write the first one are ladies. Alright, so I'll just go ahead and finish all the text off. Alright, so one of them footer menus are ready. Let's just go and copy and paste this one. Remove all the other empty columns. Right, so I'll go ahead and fix the rest. Alright, so remove the margin from this last one. We're going to add a little bit of font weight as well. Let's read more, give it an arrow. Right, so the footer menu looks very completed. Let's move into the next section, which are the social menus. So add a section, give it the stretch. Let's copy the styling from this one also. And remove the top margins, also the paddings. We don't need the paddings, and we also need to narrow down the content width as well. Let's give it 500. Sounds good. And let's add the social media icons as well. The first one are going to be Facebook, and the size of the icons are going to be 20. Now let's give it 25. The color code is 2222. Let's just copy this one and paste it in. Right, second are going to be Instagram. The third one are going to be YouTube. Pinterest, and also Twitter. Alright, so next up we are going to need a text editor. Let's just go away and copy this text over here, duplicate this section over here, and remove all the columns. Let's paste in the text editor. Remove the margin from the text editor. We're going to paste in this text over here. Let's align this text. Remove this content width, but we're going to add a little bit of margin, 25% to both to the left and to the right, and we'll go ahead and give the text some font weight. Let's say 600, and the font size are going to be 14 as well. Next up is the H&M logo, which we already have here. We can give it the max width of 10, and also give some CSS filter, removing saturation like this, and let's remove a little bit of top margin as well. And to last, we can add our channel name. Nice. Let's go ahead and update and preview and see if there's anything we can fix. Alright, so it looks pretty good at the moment. I think we can fix this thing up here a little bit. Let's go ahead and do that. Give it to the right. Looks good. Alright, is there anything more? Yeah, the website looks pretty. We have done a good job. So, right, so this one we need to add a little bit more padding to the text over here. Let's give it 15 and update. Alright guys, so this is the end results of our recreation of the H&M website, and we have managed to recreate the whole website. And to see in comparison, I will go into the real H&M website and show you how it looks. So this is the end of the video, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like the video if you enjoyed it, or just dislike, and subscribe if you want to stick around for more videos coming, and share the video to anyone you think would benefit from it. Thank you so much for watching, and make sure to go and follow me on Instagram as well. I'll be posting a lot of pictures there. So see you next time.